As we said earlier, each team has 45 minutes to present its arguments. The compromise generally presents a complex factual scenario with 4 legal issues. Each competitors often find it difficult to make their complete case, presenting all legal arguments in this allotted time, especially while maintaining an effective pace. Students must therefore prioritize their arguments and present them logically and clearly. They must also have an organized structure for their entire presentation and use effective themes to tie their arguments together. You should consider the following 3 points when evaluating an oralist's organization and time management. The oralist should clearly present a logical roadmap and stick to it. The first oralist on each team should give a comprehensive introduction of all the issues in their case. The second oralist should reintroduce the issues that she will discuss. The roadmap or outline each oralist presents should be clear and cohesive. You should understand the order in which they will present their pleadings, and that progression should be logical. Look for whether the oralist actually followed the roadmap throughout her presentation. The following clip provides a good example.
Mr. President, Your Excellencies, my name is Baston. I appear with Ms. Murray for the respondents in this case. I will speak first for 23 minutes, Ms. Murray will speak second for 21 minutes, and we reserve 1 minute for Sir rebuttal. Your Excellencies, I will deal with the denial of Adaria's application to join the Rhotian Union and the unlawfulness of Adaria's National Industry Act, the NIA. Ms. Murray will then deal with those interrelated issues of the respondent's standing to claim in respect of the RU legation in Adaria and the merits to that claim.
The oralist should spend a sufficient amount of time on each principal issue. It is easy for oralists to get sidetracked with questions or stuck discussing non-essential sub-issues. When this happens, or even better, before this happens, the oralist should find a way to bring the conversation back to the principal arguments she wishes to discuss. The oralist is responsible for managing her time, for moving through the necessary arguments while satisfying the questions from the bench, and leaving sufficient time to discuss all prayers for relief. Here is a good example.
The presence of Revisian troops inside Alicante without Alicanto's consent constitutes in itself a breach of this principle enshrined in Article 2, Paragraph 4 of the Charter. And this was the finding of the Court, and the remedy we seek is as the Court delivered it in 2005, the immediate withdrawal from Revisian troops from Alicantan territory.
But not any conviction of anyone for aggression?
No, Your Excellency, in this specific case we do not. However, if the Court were to find that this is an act of aggression and in itself a breach of the Charter, this would satisfy Alicante's request. Your Excellencies, the more difficult question before the bench is whether there is a right of humanitarian intervention in international law. But the answer is clearly in the negative. Perhaps the most eloquent fact pointing to this non-existence of the rule is the fact that during the Kosovo crisis in 1999, more than 130 states of the world community expressly rejected that there was such a thing as a right of humanitarian intervention.
If time is running out, for example, there are only 5 minutes left, and the oralist has not yet reached the second legal issue she is to argue, it is appropriate for a judge to ask the oralist to move to the second issue, so that the judges may hear and evaluate the argument on that issue, at least to some degree. The oralist should maintain effective tempo. The oralist should manage her time while maintaining a steady, persuasive demeanor. The oralist should not present arguments so slowly that the bench is unengaged, or so rapidly that the bench cannot keep up. An essential part of time management is remaining effective as an advocate, keeping an appropriate pace, while managing to adequately address each principal issue. An oralist should not move on abruptly when a judge is still waiting for a satisfactory answer. Even when time is quickly running out and much remains to be said, the oralist should maintain an effective speaking tempo.
This concludes the explanation of each of the 5 performance categories. Remember that for each category, you will determine an appropriate performance level and a number of points earned. You will then add all points earned to determine a total score for each oralist. The score sheets are copied and mailed to teams that will use your evaluations to determine what to work on and how they can improve. Finally, before handing your score sheet to the bailiff, please double check that all points for each category correctly add up to your total scores. It is the total scores only that will be used for team and competitor rankings, so you'll want to ensure that no mistakes have been made in calculating these totals.
If you have any questions about the oral round score sheet or any other questions about serving as a judge in the competition, please contact the ILSA Executive Office at the phone number and website shown on your screen. Thank you once again for volunteering and for preparing by watching the video. We look forward to seeing you in the judges' room and enjoy your experience.
Thank you.